has broken through me and kidnapped Her Holiness. Can you believe it? I am not a seeker, but I hope she does not get hurt. Who knows what happens then? Meanwhile, all hell has broken loose at the Panzerwerks factory.
I think that's all old dialogue.
The Templars are one step ahead of us, but not for long.
What's happening? I've heard strange stories about him. Like what?
Okay. I'm gonna reload the save so I don't interrupt any dialogue. Be back in a minute. Try number 2.
The Templars are one step ahead of us, but not for long. Prepare the gate with the sequencing module. Find your long-lost older brother on the other side, then wait for my orders.
Come to the tavern. I have more to tell you about JC's condition and why you are so important.
Remember my advice, Alex. You will need it.
Now we can speak with you.
What's happening? I've heard strange stories about Her Holiness.
Like what?
Just rumors. But is it true? Did she make a secret alliance with the WTO?
Her Holiness and Mr. Dumier are leaders of a secret society called the Illuminati.
I don't understand.
The woman you call Her Holiness is the daughter of the Illuminatus Beth Duclair. She founded the church after the collapse as a foothold to regaining power.
But how could she support the WTO?
She and Mr. Dumier knew that it would be too hard to pull together a global government from the chaos of the collapse. They chose to reinvent specific aspects of power and then bring them together later into one body.
The scriptures, though, were they...
A well-designed psychological tool.
I grew up in post-collapse Hong Kong. My parents were Max Chen and Maggie Chow, conspirators involved with MJ-12. I swore I would never ruin myself with lies the way they did.
You aren't the one to blame.
I deceived millions, hundreds of millions of people. I'm such a fool.
Good, good. Put some emotion into your voice.
I was one of the church's first disciples. They lied to me. My whole life. Just something they outlined on a piece of paper. I feel like such a fool in this costume. I was one of the church's first disciples.
Alright, so I am going to... Oh, what's wrong with you?
Those order freaks should just shut up and get real jobs.
Oh. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Oh, okay. You... fucker. Okay, the church starts shooting at me for no apparent reason, and then everybody assumes I'm some evil person to kill. Alright, seems reasonable.
They lied. My whole life.
It's probably because like the guy that's laying there on the ground is dead because I accidentally threw a barrel at him. That's fine, I'll just heal this way.
Construct hosts initiating breakdown. Absorbing break.
Did they really need to play this every time? Right, directly on to Tracer Tong.
When you go to Antarctica and find JC, remember what hangs in the balance. I haven't told you just how powerful JC has become.
One of the other trainees, Billy Adams, has already gone through the gate.
She has signed her soul over to the Luddites, the haters of technology. Protect JC, or she could plunge the world into another dark age. Trust me, I was like her 20 years ago, and I still share some of the blame for triggering the collapse.
I thought you said JC was powerful.
He is, but the merger with the Helios AI has been problematic. He has fallen into a state of near catatonia and will be vulnerable until you can revive him.
How do I do that?
By transferring your biomod architecture to JC, you will complete his interface to the AI and bring him out of the coma. This is a job we intended for Paul, but now it falls on your shoulders.
Paul Denton?
He too is helpless and in need of our new systems. We thought we had the infusions perfected 3 years ago, but his body rejected them violently. He had to be cryogenically frozen until we could finish the design.
The leader of the Cairo facility, captured by the Templars.
Exactly. JC will tell you more. Please, don't delay. Every passing minute brings your friend Billy one step closer to murdering the only sincere leader humanity has ever had. I never imagined that all 4 of our facilities would be compromised at once. Extraordinary times, my young friend. We are about to see the rebirth of global civilization. What form it takes will shape human history for centuries. JC's vision 2 decades ago was far ahead of our means to implement it. But that is about to change. The rest of your questions will be answered in due time.
Impressive work taking down that bot.
Things seem to be happening now. I skipped most of the travel time.
Better not be another.
Oh, Templars have respawned somehow. Okay.
Come a little closer and I'll pop that shit for you.
Alright, these fellas can take care of the fighting. I'll just take the spoils of war. Not want that shotgun. Wait a minute, is that actual music? God, it happens so rarely in this game. Gotta turn it up so I can actually hear it.
I know you're here. Fess up.
Seems like all y'all got your asses kicked. Okay, the flame turret is still turned off somehow. Okay, maybe I should have left the recording off. Not nearly as much is going on as I thought there would be. Well, I'll take the energy cells at least. And I just now remembered I left all that ammo back at the Templar compound, but oh well, it doesn't matter.
To activate the gates, you will need to turn on a backup generator on the top floor and then upload the sequencing module from the gate control room.
I guess Her Holiness is finally safe now.
Incidentally, I have recently found reason to doubt Miss Clara Sparks' loyalty. We are depending on you, Alex. Only a Denton or one of the trainees can use the gate.
Alright, so what do I have to do to repair this?
Repairing damage. Finished.
Something to do in here, I guess?
That takes care of the power.
Well, that was
Get
simple.
downstairs to load the sequencing module. This is the main control room. You should be able to install the sequencing module at the computer terminal. Wonderful. The device is operational. Now, Alex, simply take a deep breath and step inside. I'm willing to bet that this thing actually works.
Well, I certainly hope so.
Good work.
Back to business as usual.
Please speak with me. I can explain what has come to pass.
Oh, where the hell is this?
You're all friends of JC.
Use yet another copy of the layout of the encampment. I don't know where these things keep going. Maybe those nasty gray things are eating them. Didn't I just get a map of it? I guess not. Oh, now I have it. Seems to be a pretty small area.
Hello.
Nothing else to say?
No more violence, yet more deviation from the plan. All was to arrive with the key, bringing the perfected genetic code. JC was to awaken to greet the new age. Instead, that woman came, followed soon after by the hateful ones. Where is Paul? What is going on?
I'll bet that your intruders are Billy Adams, along with some Templar backup. After that, I have no idea what you're talking about.
When JC arrived, so many years ago, and the Versalite base fell silent, he took care of us. In return, we would maintain his habitat while he slept, and await Apostle-Gore's masterpiece. Paul was to accompany the key, but instead 2 keys have arrived, and Paul remains nowhere.
So we're the keys. The gate must use some sort of DNA fingerprinting, and since both Billy and I have Denton genetic code, we were able to use it. It was never about the training, was it? They were just perfecting the DNA.
And the gate has only brought us destruction. The hateful ones threaten, capture, and murder us. We can neither fulfill our duties to JC, nor can we get to his habitat to awaken him.
Why would the Templars bother with capture? I hate to be so blunt, but it seems that elimination would make more sense.
It is not clear. It seems they are trying to learn more about us, but in gravely vicious ways. Right now, there is one of our number in captivity. If you could help him reach this location, it would mean a great deal to us.
Well, I can try.
What do you mean by JC's habitat?
When he came to us, he made the earth move according to whim. He sculpted a habitat for himself, near to our colony on the ice.
And your people?
We maintain the habitat for him while he struggles to assimilate the Helios entity, the artificial intelligence with which he joined. The merger gave him great power, but also threatened him with madness. He sleeps now to heal.
So you're a part of VersaLife? I thought that corporation folded during the collapse. Quite a few people believe they actually caused it, in fact.
VersaLife established an outpost here and set us on the ice to test our reactions to extreme conditions. We were the next generation of a project launched in Roswell. We were to be unstoppable ground troops, unfazed by cold or radiation. In other cases, our DNA was to be harvested to create biomodifications for humans, so that they could survive the aftermath of a nuclear war.
So you're fully engineered transgenics, not aliens. That was just a cover story for a Cold War research project. But there aren't very many of you, hardly an army.
To prevent us from overpowering our masters by sheer numbers, we were created unable to reproduce.
Now I understand.
VersaLife abandoned their base, but JC ensured that we would be safe. The hateful ones have upset this balance.
I might be able to restore your security. Have the Templars, I mean the hateful ones, caused any other trouble for you since their arrival?
They have set up camp not far from here and prevent us from leaving. We suspect they are trying to gain entrance to JC's habitat.
I don't know much about your kind, but you seem far more articulate than an ordinary Grey.
We were not all engineered the same. Different strains had different purposes. Some are more verbally adept, others made for battle, and others made as leaders. JC's arrival only amplified these differences. His presence has changed us all. So much outside the plan. It must be set right. The hateful ones must be stopped. We cannot allow them to prevail. The hateful ones must be stopped.
Perhaps you fear that you will inadvertently do the bidding of the Illuminati. Have patience. Nothing will be the same once you have revived JC Denton. Welcome to Antarctica, JC's sanctuary for 20 years.
Well, seems different so far.
Why do you persist? Tong, Dumier, Her Holiness, they're all fools. Do you really understand what they're asking you to do? Go to 1004 and I'll contact you there.
Loving this frame rate. 10 frames per second constant. Jesus Christ. Oh, shit.